I suggest to wait 1-2 minutes more.
Okay.
Some of the else will join us. Okay.
Dan, I would like to ask something. So, should I do something when I will start to talk in my part? Should I click somewhere, or should I directly go on talking?
Go talking.
No, just start with talking. I will manage the slides. Okay, good evening to everybody that are now with us on this webinar. We are here 16 participants. I just want to introduce once again the learning management system. I don't know if someone of you are a newcomer on this course. The students who already followed the last course, I suppose that they're used to using the platform. But still, I just shortly introduce you through the communication tools of the learning management system. First of all, for those students who passed the first course from a Sparkle to Flame, congratulations. For the newcomers, I wish you all the best and success in this course, linking business strategies and communications. As you know, on the up menu, you can see the sections online courses, blended learning team. They contain the general information about the program. The most important for you is the section guidelines, especially this document, your guide through e-PROFMAN, where you can find all information about all administrative and technical information about the program, and it is very recommended to read this document. On the front page of the learning management system, you can see announcements board. Here, we as student service and professors will announce the latest information about the course. Right-hand menu, you can see 2 courses, from a Sparkle to Flame, links to 2 courses, from a Sparkle to Flame and linking business strategies and communications. Students who are registered on the 2 courses, on the both courses, so you will have access to the both courses. Students who are registered only to the linking business strategies and communication will have access only to this course. Online courses calendar contains the main deadlines of the main activities, webinars, the deadlines of assignments till the end of the course finish on 26th of March. On the left-hand menu, you can see the link linking business strategies and communication. Click it and you will enter inside the course. The pictures and the contacts of your professors are here on the right side up. And if you enter in the week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, you will find all instructions for the course and the links to the recommended literature and the recommended videos that are important for students, for you students to complete your assignments. What is most important for preparing assignments is the forum for students. So all questions that you have related to the preparation of the assignments, if you have some dilemmas or questions, please use this forum. Just ask a question, and professor will follow this forum and will answer you as soon as possible. So just click title and text of your question and publish it. Okay. Okay. Also, what was confusing for the we find that it was confusing for students on the first course was these self-evaluations. In example, in assignment 2, it is team that is team assignment. So again, the forum is available to you for any questions, and also in the same forum you should publish your self-evaluation when you will complete the assignment. Here you should write your self-evaluation, and please do not write big self-evaluation. It is needed only 1 to 2 sentences for each of these points. At the end of the course, you will get the evaluation for whole course, so you can answer. You can give all your comments about the course. Of course, you should not wait to ask something if you have some dilemmas, problems, questions to the end of the course. Just ask here about the concrete assignment, and if you have other questions about the course, about the administration or technical problems, you can use this discussion board. So on the discussion board, in example, you can ask, I don't know, you have some problem with your team. Not all members are active here, so you should you can inform us that in your team there are non-active students, and you are only 2 members of 6 members of the team. So what should be done? The professors will answer you whether you will be removed in some other teams or what kind of solution they will find. On this link, webinars, you can find all recorded webinars. Now it is empty, of course. So this webinar tomorrow will be put here in this category, webinars. Team discussions, it is very useful tool for discussion into the teams. We will actually professors will create teams by next Monday, so you will have access only to your team folder for discussions, and you can share your opinions about the assignments here in the team discussions. Grades. Now I see all students, of course, because I'm here administrator, but you can see only your grades. On the left-hand menu, you can see the same buttons. It is to be more easier for navigation. Also on the webinar, you will find here the link to the webinar and all recorded webinars. On discussion board, you enter directly to the discussion board. As you know, I already wrote something. Team discussions, as I explained, you can find a folder of your team for the discussions. Grades are also here on the left-hand menu. As I said, it is a menu for easier navigation. Submission of your assignments will be on the bottom of the page. Submit here on the button, submit assignment. So this is the second week, this is there will be team assignment. So each team will have separate link to their assignment. So it will be created additionally, so you can enter easily in this section. In the week 1 example, there is on the bottom of the page is submit assignment 1. So since the assignment is creating individual blocks, you should click here on the create new block and write your assignment here. Now some technical problem, we will check it, but it is same like in the forum. You should write the title and the body of your text, so the professor can easily give your feedback on and comment your blog easily. So as you can see, in all weeks there is a very similar structure. For example, in week 3, there is a short description of the course, then the links to the literature, the links to the videos, where, when, and will be webinar held, and who will be responsible for the webinar, and explanation of the assignments. Again, the forum is available to you for if you have some dilemmas for preparation of the assignments, and the forum, actually it is the same link of the self-evaluation. As I said, shortly 1 to 2 sentences for these 4 points. And don't forget to write your name, self-evaluation, your name, and the team which you are a member of. And of course the deadlines for submitting the assignments. I think that the platform is very clear, easy for navigation. So if you have any technical problems, of course you can contact us on the official mail of the program, info@e-PROFMAN.eu. So please do not hesitate to contact us for any questions and any dilemmas you have related to the course. Just your please write on the chat your confirmation. Is everything clear about the learning using of learning management system? Okay, thank you. Those students who are new in this course, I believe that they will have support and help for students who already passed the first course, and they will help them and lead them through this online learning process. It was very useful in the first course. Students who already have such kind of experience and help lead the other team members. It is very important, and don't forget that online learning is not only reading the literature and watching videos and preparing the assignments, but also it is very important team communication and team collaboration in preparing the assignments. So that was my part of this introductory webinar of the second course, Linking Business Strategies and Communications. Now I will present the professors. The professor of Fatih will explain you more about the expectations of the course and about the details related to the implementation of this course. So Fatih, please. That's it for me. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dejan. And I would like to start with the typical question when I start a course online. Can you hear me? Yes, everybody. Yes, almost everybody can hear you. Can hear me. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the course Linking Business Strategies and Communication. And before all else, it's a great pleasure to have you here. This is the second course of the e-PROFMAN program. Right now, we have more than 50 students online. And in this program, we are totally glad to have a great variety of students from different backgrounds. We are confident that this colorful composition will significantly contribute to the performance of the program as well as yours. We have prepared this 4-week course with my colleague Özkoyuncu. And first, I will introduce myself and explain the general outline of the course as well as the main details of the first 2 weeks that I am in charge of. Then Oğuz will join us for a while and explain the other 2 weeks, namely the week 3 and the week 4. Now, what about me? Let me introduce myself first. My name is Fatih Özkoyuncu. Prior to this, I have spent 15 years as a professional in the PR industry with a particular focus on a design of communication strategy, SME communication especially, content management, corporate storytelling, and crisis communication. I have taken charge in many public relations programs and campaigns for national and international reputable brands. Now, I am currently a lecturer in PR at the Faculty of Communication, Istanbul University. And here I regularly teach on graduate level strategic communication, social media, perception management, PR practices, and organizational structure in consultancy agencies. My research interest focus on strategic communication normally and digital PR as well as corporate storytelling and campaign design planning. I am graduated from Public Relations and Advertising Department from Istanbul University, the Faculty of Communication, and this is one of the partners of the program. I finished my master at the same faculty. My master's thesis is on the roles of the public relations practitioners in Turkey. At present, I am a doctoral candidate in the same faculty, and I am writing my thesis on SME communication and strategic communications. Then, what about the course? This course aims at providing a compact outline of contemporary topics closely related to the communicative and marketing related aspect of today's business. First, you will find opportunities to take a look at strategic communication. That is to say what it is, how it is defined, and the phases of the strategic planning, especially. It is also designed to help you go through 2 important components of the strategic communication. The first of it, creative thinking, and the second, measurement and evaluation. You will learn the ways of measuring outcomes in a communicative process and think about creative thinking and problem solving in business. In this context, you will deal with key issues in perception in general and perception management in an organizational context, and examine some remarks on neuro-related aspects of marketing and communication milestones in researches of consumers' brains. And this is the core of neuromarketing. Secondly, the course will cover opportunities to develop an understanding towards storytelling and content marketing. There are 2 practices that are now the backbone of branding efforts in marketing, and provide vital components and case studies on those topics, as well as clues on implementation, naturally. And then you will go over several definitions of the big data and its components as well. This will let you have knowledge on how big data can transform our life and what the effects of big data on marketing and communications are. Özkoyuncu, my colleague, will make a more detailed outline later. But what about the skills to develop? In this course, first of all, understanding the theoretical basics of strategic planning and be able to apply this in your project. And we would like to think on key issues relating to creative thinking in business and planning process. And excuse me, is there a problem out there? Okay, I will proceed. Recognition of importance. Yes, there are some noise, but there's no problem at all right now. Yes, I continue. We would like you to understand and know neuro-related communications and marketing issues. And you will be able to familiarize yourselves with the key issues of neuromarketing and develop an ability to bind big data issues with communication management. And also, you will gain theoretical awareness on pull strategies and ability to tell corporate stories through content marketing. I will continue with the workflow, webinars, and assignments. For this course, is also instructed via course materials provided on LMS. For each week, you must have seen the materials distributed by weeks, and then Dejan told you what to find where. In purpose of creating wider points of view on the topic, several reading and visual materials are provided to you. For the course link in business strategies and communications, the chapters of the weeks are, for the week 1, the title is Strategic Planning, Strategic Critical, Creative Thinking and Problem Solving, Setting Goals and Measurement and Communication Activities. For the week 2, Perception Management through Neuropsychological Methods. For the week 3, Innovative Tool Communication Strategies, Transmedia, Storytelling, Mediation, Content crowdsourcing, native advertising, and how to sell your corporate story. And for the week 4, big data and communication management. Relevant to the respective week's main theme. Then you will proceed by studying the details by using the given materials on LMS. And the assignments. During this course, you will be asked to prepare 4 assignments. That is to say, 1 assignment each week, for each week. Only for the assignments of this week, you will work individually. Be careful with that. For the remaining 3 weeks, you will work in groups, and teamwork will begin as of the second week, the next week. The teams will be made up of 6 persons, and my colleague Oğuz and I will form the teams, and we will identify which of you will join which team and announce the list announce the list of all teams by Friday, March the 3rd, 2017. From that time onwards, the teams will remain the same during the entire course. And each assignment has a specified length, that is to say, specified number of words. Please respect the rules related to it. That means that the document should be not less than the specified length. They can have more words, of course. I'm sure that you won't tell us your life story in assignments. In each assignment, I'm definitely sure that you won't beat around the bush. So don't extend too much, and please obey the rules of the number of the words assigned to each assignment. Each paper should be written in Times New Roman, 12 points, and single spacing, with single spacing. Please always write down your names and team names on the front page of the paper, of your paper, and always provide the list of references and at the end of your paper. By saying references, I mean all resources and literatures that you use preparing the paper. Good news, apart from these 4 assignments, there will be no final project in this course. At the end of this course, I mean. So only 4 assignments, there are only 4 assignments that you should be doing. So we will evaluate you on these assignments. Each assignment share is 25% of the final grade, of the final pass grades. We will announce all grades as the end of the course will approach. We will give you the exact time later. These assignments are intended to check whether you have understood and well all the topics and are able to figure out connection among the topics of this course. Also, they will help you to find out how much you become or feel familiar with the topic as well. So attach utmost importance to them, please. What about what we expect you to do? Our expectations are so simple. Please work on your reading materials and assignments carefully and meticulously. We really appreciate if you respect the deadlines. In case you have some unwanted obstacles, we are always here to help and guide you. Our email addresses are on the LMS, and you can write anytime, anything. During the most of the course, you will work in groups, in teams. We expect you to respect your group mates. And at the end of the course, you will evaluate your group members also. Please be honest with your remarks about others. Preparing your assignments, we expect you to get to the point and not give unnecessary information. I'm begging you, not extend too much. And of course, you'd better be honest that you did your assignments with your own words. So please do not copy-paste the content. So I mean, do not copy, just be inspired. Is there a problem of reconnection or disconnected? Okay. And as for the week 1, now we can start the talk about the details about week 1. In this week, you'll have a short but profound look at the strategic planning process. This process is the major integral component of strategic communication. The major constituents of this process are setting goals, planning, creativity, and measurement. They are all examined throughout this week's program. All the reading and visual materials are on the LMS, you'll see, or maybe as you can see. The program is composed of strategic, critical, and creative thinking, problem solving, and measuring communication activities. The focal point of the week one is the strategy issue, especially when it comes to communication. The communication profession and business is at large of an implementation-oriented nature, whereas the communication function in an organization has a lot to contribute to the overall strategy formulation. To do so, communicators and workforce likely to manage communicative processes should enhance their strategic thinking. This is one of the drivers to consider when we design the content of this week, actually. In other words, you will learn what exactly strategic communication is and how it is defined. Also, you will find out the phases of strategic communication process. In this context, you will go through the two important components on of the strategic communication: creative thinking and measurement and evaluation. You will learn the ways of measuring outcomes in a communicative process and recognize the importance of evaluative efforts and measuring for communications activities completed. You will also think about creative thinking and problem solving in business. We'll proceed with the week one. You'll have one assignment for the week one. The assignment one, please be careful. Each student will submit his or her assignment one individually. No teamwork this week. And the remaining weeks will stage 4 assignments at all. The question is for the assignment one. In your opinion, what is the most creative, best planned, and successful PR campaign around you, or that you noticed recently on any type of media in any country, and why? In this assignment, you will prepare a 300-word page paper about the answer. That means that you prepare a paper having at least 300 words, and the deadline to complete this assignment is Thursday, March the 2nd, 2017. Please consider carefully the conceptions and terminology that you learned along the courses from the textbook chapters and articles on strategic planning, which is placed on LMS right now. And these materials are about strategic communication and evaluation and measurements also. Please submit your papers on the forum by that time. Please remember that the assignment one's share is also 25% of the final grade. And also remember that during the rest of the course, you will prepare assignments in teams. What about week 2? In this week, you will take a glance at the neuro-related issues of marketing and communication. This appeared to be more vital than conventional issues currently. You will first deal with key issues in perception in general and perception management in an organizational context. Then you will introduce to neuromarketing. You will be given a general view on the issue from which you will learn briefly how neuroscience and biometrics are applied to the practice of marketing. And we will give you a summary of neuromarketing research in perspective and provide an insight of ethical issues related to neuromarketing also. And now it's time to work as teams. And before that also, you will go through how popular brands make use of neuromarketing on Instagram. You will find some reading material on that too. You will understand why users of Instagram follows certain brands and what emotions or feelings are evoked when viewing content posted by these brands. This means a deeper understanding into popular brands' use of neuromarketing on Instagram and why Instagram is currently so successful. And finally, you will take a particular glance at future trends in marketing and how the brain works to help consumers make their choices. This week it's time to work as teams. Each team has 6 members, as I told you soon. The lecturers of the course will form the teams and make available the list of teams to you by Friday, March the 3rd. Please remember that from this week onwards, you will work on assignments as teams, so the teams will remain the same during the entire week. And next week, you'll have a webinar, the webinar 2. It will take place on Tuesday at 19 CET, March the 7th. You'll be given a brief outline of the key components of perception management and neuromarketing in this webinar next week. What about the assignment 2 for the next week? There are 2 alternatives for the assignment 2. Each team will choose one of these 2 alternatives. Alternative 1, neuroscientific technologies used in neuromarketing, functional magnetic resonance imaging, electroencephalography, steady-state topography, and Zaltman metaphorical station techniques. These are the neuroscientific technologies used in neuromarketing. I would like you to research one of the above-mentioned techniques and prepare a 2,000-word paper on this technique, including which processes it uses, how it operates, and which research was made using the one that you research for neuromarketing purposes. And you'll give an example. Please, for this assignment, for this alternative 1, please use at least 8 resources for reference. And what about the alternative 2? This is much more complicated, maybe. The task is, during the whole week, from time to time, try to figure out or locate what you do and think of exactly just at the time you want anything or are in the mood for doing anything, whether strongly or not, and try to associate what you do with what you want. Each member of each team will do the above-mentioned task during the week, and then they will discuss as teams the similarities and dissimilarities of their associations. And given these similarities they talked about, you will figure out what products or services to market to a specific audience and with what type of marketing idea. Each team will choose a product and service and accordingly write a brief marketing idea which may best fit to the specific audience. Keep this alternative 2 in mind. I will give a detailed explanation if you want on the alternative 2 next week during the webinar. And please remember that each team will do only one of the above 2 alternatives. The deadline for this assignment is Sunday, March 12th. The share of this assignment is also 25% share of the final grades. Now, I will take a break and I will give floor to my colleague Özkoyuncu. He will detail the week 3 and 4, and then I will take the stage back again. Okay. The word is yours, Oğuz. Can you hear me? Okay.
Good evening, dear participants. So right now, dozens of attendees here on the webinar. I would like to welcome you with very warm greetings. Actually, I would like to state that it is great pleasure to see you at this course. So, is it possible to confirm me that you hear me? Yes, okay, I am reading positive answers. Okay, so I can continue. Now I shortly would like to introduce myself. I am Özkoyuncu from Istanbul University, Faculty of Communication, and I will be with you in last 2 lectures of the course, Linking Business Strategies and Communications. So I received my BA degree from Marmara University, Faculty of Communications, and MA degree from Istanbul University in the field of Public Relations and Publicity. Right now, I am PhD candidate at Istanbul University and studying in the same field again, the Public Relations and Publicity. Firstly, I would like to tell what did I do having become a part of the Turkish academia. Before having become a part of the academia, I have worked for new media startups. Aside from this, I worked in a digital marketing department of well-known consumer technology brands. And I also, right now, I am also actively contributing to blog ecosystem of Istanbul with my blog. And also I have written a book about content marketing and told some literature and theory about how to create great content and so on. So right now I work as research assistant at Istanbul University, Faculty of Communication, and I conduct various studies on content marketing, big data, and data mining. I am defining research projects of me as translating computer language into social sciences, such as data mining or big data. When it comes to courses, I will be lecturing in 2 separate courses, and both of them quite related to my research fields, actually. In our first lecture, which will be held on 3rd week of the course, we will focus on content marketing and storytelling. As you can guess, people in today's society are quite inclined to make buying decisions by looking to intangible assets of a product or service. This means that they do not care about benefits of products, but mostly care about the strength of a brand. And therefore, developing an understanding on content marketing and storytelling becomes a necessary aspect of a marketer or a marketer today, because the value of a product or brand is totally related to story it has or meat it has. So now I would like to provide some useful information on the lectures. The first lecture you will receive is Innovative Pull Communications Strategies, Storytelling to Content Marketing. At first step of the course, a descriptive approach is adopted, actually. This means that you will gain knowledge on the key components of content marketing and storytelling. After an understanding developed on key terms of storytelling and content marketing, we will continue with transmedia perspective. It is more advanced form of storytelling, we can say. And it has deep roots on storytelling and establish really effective foundation for content marketing and branding practices. And at last step, we will focus on content marketing. As you can guess, previous steps were more related to establish a theoretical foundation for content marketing that has more practice orientation. I mean, content marketing is more practice orientation than storytelling and other issues, actually. In this section, an understanding on content marketing will be developed by focusing on successful content marketing case studies. So afterwards, soon after, a webinar will be organized on 14th of March at 7 p.m. According to Central European Time. At this webinar, I am planning to talk about how storytelling and content marketing can contribute to brand equity. So, and you can ask questions about lectures and your assignments during this webinar too. When it comes to assignments, it is maybe the most important part of the course actually, and I'm expecting many questions about the assignments to be say the reality. It will be realized as a group. The assignments will be realized as a group, and the deadline to complete the assignment is 19th of March by midnight, again according to Central European Time. These assignments share, as my colleague Fatih said, in the final grade will be 25%. The assignments must contain minimum 600 words and maximum 800 words. So before passing to next week topics, I would like to underline that please attach special attention to OER materials because it will allow you to develop better connection between storytelling and content marketing. And there is also a guest from the sector, and he is just talking about connection between storytelling and content marketing. So I'm sure it will add great value to your perspective. In our second lecture, which will start at 20th of March, we will try to understand what is big data and what are the impacts of big data on communication management. As you know, big data is one of the hip terms, both in academia and in private sector. Because the amount of data which is created as a result of digital transformation, social networks, or mobile technologies is in immeasurable scales right now. And today's digitally transformed atmosphere allows establishments to create value by knowledge discovery in large scale of data. So we will attempt to develop a 360-degree understanding on this topic. So similar to previous week, at the beginning, you will learn key components of big data, how it is influencing our lives, and what are the successful implementation of it. Then we will merge this topic with communication management topics, such as usage of it in CRM, and so on. The fourth week's webinar will be held on 21st of March, and we will talk about several successful case studies on big data analytics. And when it comes to assignment of fourth week, it is a bit different than the assignment of third week, actually. You should look to fourth week's assignment with integrative lenses. This means just think about what you have learned about content marketing and storytelling, then merge them up with what you have learned about big data. An assignment should contain maximum 20 PowerPoint slides. So the deadline to complete this assignment is 26th of March by midnight, according to Central European Time. And these assignments share in the final grade will be 25%. So I wish you good luck with your studies, and I'm leaving stage to my colleague Fatih.
Can you hear me now? Okay, no problem. So I will restart. So for the rest of the webinar, I will give some particular terms related to strategy. So let's start with the clear definition of strategy, and I will give two more of them later. Strategy is the direction and scope of an organization over the long term, which achieves advantage in a changing environment through its configuration of resources and competencies with the aim of fulfilling stakeholder expectations. A definition by the book, okay? There are some terms in this definition. I will go over these terms more and more. Long-term direction is a defining feature of strategy. Defining long-term is very difficult. For example, the strategic time horizons in one industry might be 50 years, for example, while it might be 6 months in very fast-moving sectors. And then strategic decision-making deals with the scope of an organization's activities. It's a holistic perspective. Thus, those informing and making strategic decisions must be aware of all the different constituent elements that make up their organization. Strategy involves gaining advantage. This is a contentious point, and one that has its roots in the traditions of strategy from the perspective of profit-making organizations. And strategic fit of an organization resources to the environments in which it operates is also seen as characteristic of strategy. Organizations need to position themselves in order to maximize their resource configuration. Also, the strategic characteristic of developing resources and competencies is also useful to maximize competitive advantage. The characteristics of matching the strategy to meet the values and expectation of stakeholders is fundamental to strategy. This final element is the characteristic that is influenced by a sociological perspective. So, strategic management could be considered as a set of preconceived, that is to say, established management action that result in setting the direction and scope of an organization over the long term, which achieves advantage in a changing environment through its configuration of resources and competencies with the aim of fulfilling stakeholder expectations. To continue with the strategy, another definition, strategy is an organization's proactive response to an ever-changing environment. The instruments which enables an organization to find synthesis between its goals and resources in view of the risks and challenges of the changing environment. A strategy can be best described as an indication of an organization positioning for the future. That is to say, what should be done rather than how it should be done. It means doing the right thing rather than doing things right. It's therefore the thinking, the logic behind the actions. As for the link to communication of strategy, corporate communication strategy, when we talk about the corporate communication strategy, we mean something that provides the focus and direction for an organization's communication with its stakeholders. It determines what should be communicated to assist in achieving organization goals. All these is derived from identifying key strategic issues, determining their impact on the organization's stakeholders, and determining what should be communicated to solve the problem and to capitalize on the opportunities. Strategies definitions are sufficient for now. So we can derive some definitions from that point. For example, communication plans. A communication plan puts the corporate communication strategy into practice. That is to say, it breaks down a set of intentions into steps, formalizing those steps so that they can be implemented almost automatically. What about stakeholders and publics? In the public relations literature, the term publics is used to describe what is known as stakeholders in the literature of strategic management. These two terms are therefore often used synonymously. However, in this context, in the context of the strategic management of an organization's communications, there are subtle differences. Individuals or groups are stakeholders when they are affected by the decisions of an organization, or if their decisions affect an organization. So stakeholders are passive, are normally seen as passive components. When they become aware of problems and actively communicate, and actively start to communicate, they can be described as aware or active publics. What about the strategic issues, which is the main components of strategic management and strategy? Strategic issues are defined as developments, events, and trends viewed by decision makers as consequential because of the potential to impact on our organization's strategy. Strategic issues could range from a new competitive strategy which necessitate fundamental changes in attitudes and behavior to restructuring, downsizing, cost improvement, transformation, shifts in the environment. These all strategic issues are for businesses, as you see. And what about you? I want you to identify your personal strategic issues these days, recently. What are or is your personal strategic issues or issue these days? So I want you to think about how to solve or capitalize on them. Keep this question in mind. So strategic management, what it is? Strategic management is a continuous process of thinking through the current mission of the organization, thinking through the current environment conditions, and then combining these elements by setting forth a guide for tomorrow's decisions and results. So at this point, we have some concepts dichotomies. Strategic thinking versus strategic planning. The first step in strategic management process is strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is the outcome. The outcome is strategic decisions, and those decisions deals with the determination of strategy, provide the definitions of the business, and the general relationship between the organization and its environment. Strategic management also deals with the strategic planning also. It's required to put decisions into practice, as well as with strategic control, which ensures that the chosen strategy is being implemented properly and produces the desired results. Strategic thinking is different from both strategic and operational planning. It is the framework for the strategic and operational plan. It attempts to determine what the organization should look like. And strategic and operational planning is the type of thinking that helps to choose how to get there. So, by thinking strategically, you must figure out what the organization should look like or should do. And by planning strategically, you should figure out choosing how to get there. So keeping the question in mind, what is your strategic issues these days? According to strategic thinking, what do you decide on doing? And according to strategic planning, how do you plan to get there, to get this solution? I want you to think about that. Strategic planning, especially planning, involves three steps or three components. Analysis, which is breaking down a set of intentions into steps. And second, formalizing those steps so that they can be implemented almost automatically, and articulating the anticipated consequences or results. Strategic planning is intermediate step between direction setting, that is to say, which is strategy formulating, and budgeting or resource allocation, which is operational planning. Strategic planning involves three steps also. One of them is expressing the strategies in terms sufficiently clear to render them formally operational. The second one is breaking down the strategies into sub-strategies and ad hoc programs, as well as overall action plans, specifying what must be done to realize each strategy. And the third one is considering the effects of the changes on the organization's operations. In applying the above to the corporate communication function, it will seem that senior communication managers are also spending most of their time discussing operational issues. Once the corporate communication strategy has been developed by means of a strategic thinking process, that indicates what should be communicated to whom. A strategic communication plan should be developed for the corporate communication function and its divisions, expressing the strategy in terms sufficiently clear to render it formally operational. Operational planning deals with the implementation and support of strategic plans. These are specific actions which are devised, which allow the organization to realize its target priorities. Action plans have four elements: specific functional tactics or actions or activities, or secondly, each tactic, action, and activity has one or more specific short-term objectives or targets identified as outcomes, and thirdly, a clear time frame for completion, and finally, accountability, which is identifying persons responsible for each action. Levels of strategies, and at this point we come to the levels of strategies in a business. What are they? There are normally 5 levels of strategy in an organization. These are defined more or less in literature, all of them. They are more conceptual than real, but they help a lot to conceptualize the types of strategies in an organization. They are enterprise strategy, corporate strategy, business unit strategy, functional strategy, and operations strategy. If we go through the details about them, enterprise strategy, it concerns the organization's mission, purpose, and role in society. It addresses questions such as why the organization exists, what it attempts to provide to society, which sectors of the economy it forms part of, and how it functions in society. For example, as a non-for-profit organization or as a profit-making firm. Enterprise strategy should address questions like these ones. How is the organization perceived by its stakeholders? What are their values and expectations, and what does the organization stand for? The enterprise strategy acts as a framework to guide the formation of corporate policies and strategies in other areas. An enterprise level strategy is important because corporate survival depends in part on there being some fit between the values of the organization and its managers, the expectations of its stakeholders, and the societal issues which will determine the ability of the organization to sell its product. It involves strategic thinking. The enterprise strategy involves strategic thinking. It deals with vision, mission, and role in society, role of the organization in society. And it deals also relationship with the environment. And it tries to achieve non-financial goals. It tries to figure out or form the image, social responsibility approach, and moral and ethical issues of the organization. And strategy is always stakeholder oriented. The second strategy, the second level of strategy is corporate strategy. At the corporate level, strategy is mainly concerned with defining the set of businesses that should form the organization overall profile and unify and point them toward an overall goal. Corporate strategy can be described as the responsibility of the board and top management for the organization financial performance. It addresses questions such as which set of businesses should the firm compete in and how should they be integrated. Some scholars don't distinguish between enterprise and corporate level strategy, but they combine both under the term corporate strategy. However, it's somehow useful to make this differentiation in order to understand the role of corporate communication in the organization strategy formulation process, and this focuses on the identification and management of stakeholders and largely determined by the enterprise strategy. The corporate level strategy defines and unifies portfolio of businesses. It decide on how businesses complement, reinforce each other. It deals with the resource allocation to business levels, and so it supports enterprise. It supports directly the enterprise strategy, and this strategy is always financially oriented. And the other another level of strategy is business unit strategy. This strategy is the responsibility of the general manager of a business unit in an organization. He or she must translate the statements of direction and intent generated at the corporate level into concrete objectives and strategies. And business strategy usually covers a single product or a group or related products or services. It is this strategy, this level of strategies deals how to compete in product market and industry segments. It identifies niche markets and niche areas. It tries to integrate functional levels to produce competitive advantage. It supports enterprise and corporate strategy, and it is always marketing oriented. The fourth level of strategy is functional strategy. The focus of corporate, the principal responsibility of the functional level is to implement the strategic plans at all. So the focus of corporate communication strategy as a functional strategy is to establish a match between the organization and the values and expectations of its strategic stakeholders. This is achieved by identifying strategic stakeholders and managing relationships with them, identifying the organization's key strategic issues and the publics and activists that emerge around them, and reducing conflict and uncertainty around the organization. Functional level strategy relates the enterprise corporate business strategies to the functional level. It deals with coordination with other functions. It supports business and corporate enterprise level strategies. And this level of strategy is always oriented towards capitalizing on synergies and competitive advantages. And the last level of strategies is operations strategy in a business. At the operational level, strategies are translated into action. Key operating managers must establish short-term objectives and operating strategies that contribute to business and corporate level goals. Operations strategies are needed to manage operating units and line areas in a cost-effective manners. This strategies translates organizational strategy into action. It develops functional tactics, which are activities unique to function. It maximizes the resource productivity, and this level strategy is always oriented toward cost effectiveness. So for today, that's all that I want to explain or give to you. And the last slide, in understanding the difference between enterprise, corporate, business, functional, and operational strategies, corporate communication practitioners will realize that operational strategy as applied in the communication plan is not the same as the proposed corporate communication strategy. This strategy is a strategy at the functional level involving strategic decisions, providing focus and direction to the corporate communication function. It also produces a profile that can be used to determine which stakeholders should receive more or less emphasis. Operational strategy, as part of the communication plan, provides a framework for functional tactics. And this is the domain for the PR technicians and implementation role at the micro or program level. So that's all for now. If you have some questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you for your interest or your attendance. We had about 50 students online. Are you there? Can you hear me? Have a good evening too. I see that you're tired. Okay, thank you too. Next Tuesday, we'll have the webinar too. I'll give you the details, and you can see the details on LMS also. So see you next week. Bye-bye.